And on the Charlotte's Morning News Hotline right now is one of the speakers before Ted Cruz on Tuesday when he visited Kannapolis, and he obviously is stumping for Ted Cruz. He is the pastor of First Baptist Church here in Charlotte. He is Mark Harris. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Bo. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for being here. And Eric Spanberg is alongside me here. And so Ted Cruz, tell me how you're feeling about Ted Cruz on this Thursday.
Well, I think there's a lot of excitement and a lot of anticipation that's building going into Tuesday. I think the word that the pundits have been using again and again is Ted Cruz overperforming. So I think people are beginning to recognize that there is something beginning to develop here, that he's going to be the next president of the United States.
Does it worry you that Marco Rubio and Kasich are still in here taking votes away from Cruz, who seems to be the most primed to challenge Donald Trump?
Well, it's obvious that it would tend to make things a lot simpler if Rubio and Cruz were, Rubio and Kasich were not in the race. That would allow many of the people that are supporting them to get behind Senator Cruz, just like Carly Fiorina did yesterday,
right.
I think, in a rousing endorsement. And that would allow it. It does seem that Donald Trump does have somewhat of a ceiling, 35 to 40%. He's gotten higher than that in a few states. But and the thing that's interesting is in these closed primaries, he loses most of the time. And so I think that's an interesting aspect. And so I think coalescing behind Ted Cruz is the way to stop Donald Trump and go into the convention, get our nominee, and come out and beat Hillary Clinton in the fall.
I wanted to ask you a question that was asked in one of the recent debates, and that is, if the nominee is Donald Trump, if it's not your candidate, Ted Cruz, are you willing to support Donald Trump for president in the general election?
You know, that's an interesting question. I think everyone is weighing that out and considering that. To be honest, it's a very concerning decision that'll have to be made, because we're looking at one entire generation of Supreme Court justices being nominated that will affect us. And I truly am concerned, most of all, of Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders having that ability to choose. I feel somewhat better about Donald Trump making those appointments, but I can't tell you I feel great about that by any stretch of the imagination.